Welcome to Digital Asset Today. Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, is boycotting the Consensus Blockchain Summit. What's up with that and why is it happening? Plus a quick market update.
Okay, so what is Consensus? Basically, Consensus is a blockchain summit held in New York every year, and it's run by the media company CoinDesk, which Vitalik has little bits of criticism for. But basically, the deal is this is probably the premier blockchain conference out of all of them. Honestly, this is a pretty big deal. And Vitalik actually had a few criticisms here when he tweeted. Basically, they've recklessly, he says, enabled these giveaway scams. And if you guys don't know what this is, it's when somebody will say, "Hey, we're giving away Ethereum. Just send X amount of Ethereum, and then we'll send, to confirm your wallet, and then we'll send you some back." So just note that that's obviously a scam. And I honestly am getting a little starting to have less compassion for people that keep falling for that or whatever. It's pretty crazy that people expect to get Ethereum for free. But basically, they accidentally posted a link in their article. So what he's saying is, hey, you guys really need to work on your quality control here. And it even has it in his little Ethereum, in his Twitter tag. And, he's warned the media several times. That's absolutely true, and these scams continue to prevail. And you'd expect a media company like CoinDesk to have better quality control than that. So, secondarily, the EIP 999 coverage was terrible. If you don't know, basically this is about a parity wallet, and EIP is similar to a BIP, if you in the Bitcoin protocol. Basically, it's just when the developers submit a proposal, and the community comes together and decides on whether that's going to pass and whether they're going to work on that or not. Basically, he's just saying the coverage was really sensationalist, and you guys need to do a better job being a very prominent media company here in CoinDesk. He said even the developers that have been asked stuff had bad feedback, and basically, is it really so important that you get the story out, so fast that you sacrifice accuracy and you sacrifice sound journalism? And thirdly, but not finally, basically he's saying that, the policies, that they've designed policies when they're interviewing people that it's kind of like gotcha journalism, right? So he's saying whenever he's had to email them, if he says like, "Oh, by the way, this is off the record," the journalist has to consent to that, apparently. But apparently that's kind of a standard thing. So with large media companies, so not sure that's a huge deal, but. And his fourth and final reason is that the conference is super expensive. It is. I actually know a couple traders that are going. It's probably worth it for all the connections that you would make, and kind of the insider info that you would be able to obtain. But it is super expensive. Even for a premier New York conference. But I mean, then again, it kind of keeps out, it keeps out potentially some developers that couldn't afford to go, but it ends up kind of, being more of an investor thing, I think, ultimately. And finally, he's just said, "I don't care if I burn bridges on this," He's sticking to his guns, so it's pretty cool. I admire him for that. Some people have backed him up, and that includes Ubize Go, one of Vitalik's favorite projects, and they also hopped on the bandwagon and said basically, yeah, we're not going as well. Where was that? Boycott. There we go. yeah, we have decided to join Vitalik and not attending Consensus. Basically, they had some really crappy coverage on OMG at some point. So let's take a look at the markets. Oh, I had one more story. This is kind of worded very interestingly, which makes me wonder who. I'm not sure who owns Cointelegraph or if they're connected to the Bitcoin Cash movement at all, but basically it says, outraged pro-BTC community alleges that Bitcoin.com is misleading buyers into buying BCH, which it absolutely, totally, 100% is. I think apparently they're calling it Bitcoin. They're calling Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin, and they're calling Bitcoin Core. And what the hell is this? Right, so if you're an individual Bitcoin, okay, let's get started with Bitcoin. How does this work exactly? Inform yourself. Bitcoin is different. Choose your wallet, spend Bitcoin. Pretty cool. Inform yourself. Seems decent so far. Where do we Oh, Bitcoin Core. You keep Bitcoin decentralized. Bitcoin Core is programmed to decide. Well, interesting that they at least give a link to Bitcoin Core. Anyway, basically there's a big movement to sue Bitcoin.com for, which Roger Ver owns. And there's a big movement to sue them because they're misleading people into thinking that Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin, which the overwhelming majority of people would disagree with. Although there's a small minority movement of B-cashers, or whatever you want to call them, big blockers, people that believe in that Bitcoin is not Satoshi's vision, etc. So just something to look out for. I'm grabbing my popcorn. That's going to be really interesting. Anyway, a quick market update. Basically, it's the weekend. It's Sunday. It looks like the market is basically chilling. Bitcoin is chilling, which is kind of nice. ETH down just a little bit. None of this really matters. Alts are just a mixed bag. So it looks like some things are popping off, some things are retracing. So kind of what you would expect out of a weekend. Seems pretty quiet. I was going to take a look at two coins in particular. One being IOTA, because I saw a couple articles here on the news feed from Coinigy, and you got to watch out for these articles that I have no idea what the hell this thing's talking about. IOTA price drops $2 after solid gains over the past 2 weeks. Let's take a look at the price. No, it didn't. It definitely did not drop $200 or $2. Sorry, went from 2.24 to 1.6. So I'm not sure where they got $2 from. I thought maybe they were talking about going from its all-time high to its all-time low, which doesn't make any sense either. So I don't know what the hell. The point is, there's lots of these articles that would be like market analysis, and this is about the Merkle, and Merkle's pretty. I always thought it was pretty good. And I was just skimming this article, and I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. Seriously, what is this? Doesn't make any sense. Blah, blah, with all the gains the past 2 weeks, retrace material, blah. IOTA price is down by almost 2%. Holy shit, guys. 2%. Call the cavalry. I don't even know what to do about this. I mean, wow, 2%. This is crypto, man. Crypto bumps like 10% in minutes, Anyway, sorry, that's my rant. So yeah, IOTA just looks like pretty much consolidation to me. But one thing I did want to take a look at is EOS. And I think EOS is sort of our alt champion this round. Usually, alt season, if you want to call it that, starts when, one altcoin typically kind of takes the lead and pumps like crazy, and then that's when other altcoins use it as an excuse to start pumping as well. So here we see EOS has gone absolutely bonkers, totally crazy, super overextended. If you're looking to buy EOS, I would wait quite a while. Probably retrace back to 13 at least is imminent. I would say this looks pretty toppy to me, although it could be kind of like a 3-drive, type thing. If you're into Elliott Wave, there'd be like 3 drives or something like that, kind of like 1, 2, 3, and then a retrace. So we might see something like that. I am definitely not interested in buying it up here. If you're interested in more analysis, I'm going to be going through a lot more coins in my future videos, but we're hitting 10 minutes here, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys are interested in more stuff like this, click the subscribe button. I'm going to be making videos every day. So, yes, peace out.